How's everybody doing? This is your favorite strategist, Sugi. And some people have probably seen my Hearthstone content, but I also did a Hex video and probably more Hex and Hearthstone coming up. But on the side job, I like to do like one-off videos out of these other card games that, people might be interested trying out because why not? It's the same genre and, who knows? And Duel of Champions is published by Ubisoft, and you actually require a Uplay account, at least for the standalone version, unless you download it from the Steam, which I didn't do, which was really unsmart of me, but mistakes were made. And Duels of Champions is not to be, the name is Might and Magic Duels of Champions, the full name, but not to be confused with Magic. These are two different titles, and Duels of Champions is a free-to-play game with a pay-to-win business concept. So I've read a lot of negative ideas, well, a lot of negative thoughts around the actual business model, where they feel like you are not able to actually grind the cards in the game, and you actually have to put a lot of money in it. While I do not have any experiences of my own regarding this matter, so I won't jump in too much regarding this problem. Excuse me. So, first of all, when every card game I played literally has been very complicated at the start. Like the first 5 minutes, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Where is this card going? What this card is doing? What is the whole play field? But after 5 or 10 minutes, okay, this is pretty fairly simple. So you have this. Okay, the game is very different from Hex and Hearthstone. You don't have Hearthstone has the town system. This is somewhat similar. So as you can see, there's 4 lines on the middle. You have 8 slots for your own cards, your beast cards or whatever, attack minions, whatever you want to call them. And if an enemy has a card on that side, on the same spot, you're not able to attack the enemy's hero. So it's pretty much the same as Hearthstone, but you have this. It's very similar because you have the mana thing going on, like how much cards you can pull in. And on the top side, you actually see these, there's the fist, then there's this a blue jar, and there's the banner. And these are, from your hero, you're able to raise one of these stats by 1 each turn. And, the fist enables you to pull out minions. One is for magic cards, well, spells in this case. And the third card is for these event kind of things. I don't fully understand it yet myself, so I won't be giving you false information regarding this, but overall, it's pretty simple and nothing too complex once you get out of it. Of course, there's a lot of complex building decks, and there's of course the difference of cards and what they do, and spells and what they can enable your cards to do. Once again, which I talked about on the Hex video, the game appears to be very less RNG based on Hearthstone, which is something I desire on a card game or strategical game where it's not a flip toss on a coin type of thing all the time. And there's actually races you're able to choose from. I think there's 6 different choices, and these have different cards on them. And once you have chosen your character, you get 3 decks which you can open for free, and this gives you a set of cards. And this is pretty nice, but once again I talked about the pay to win system in this game, so I'm not too sure how much you actually have to grind in the game. But once again, there's a lot of counter arguments can be made against this pay to win thing. I mean, it's always measurable how much you actually have to play. For someone may think oh, actually 5 hours playing daily is too much, and in my opinion, I don't think that's too much. So it really depends on your dedication and your time regarding the game that how is it pay to win, but there was a lot of like negative responses and criticism on Steam, so I guess there's like some sort of an outcry for the game. As for the graphics go, I think it's pretty nice game. You know, it has a lot of customization on the menu. You can change things, and it's a very vast, and it has like all the elements, and you're able to play it on not on full screen. You have the minimized version, kind of like in Hearthstone, which I really liked, because I don't like to, you know, card game is something, especially if you play the campaign mode, which this game also has. You can just keep it on the background and play it while some else game loads up or something like that. I'm still not quite sure, is there an iPad or Android version of the game? I have to probably delve into it a little further, but overall I think this game is pretty nice. It's kind of old. I wouldn't maybe recommend it over Hex, because I feel Hex is kind of more interesting game as a whole, but Hex of course is in closed beta and you can't really play it yet. So, you know, you should go to Uplay and download the game, or download it from the Steam and, you know, start playing. I think the game has a decent player base still. It's quite old though, but I think it still gets like fairly a lot of updates, so the developers haven't really abandoned the game or anything. I'm not sure, is there, I think there in the description it said like had over 700 cards. This is quite much. There's not many card games that have that many cards existing, and I think there's like a vast of like depth into the game also. It may seem pretty simple from the gameplay, but overall, you know, it's up to you. You should try it out. It's a decent game. Like, you know, if you don't like Hearthstone or Hex or other card games, in a matter of fact, it might be the game for you. And as for future content, I'm going to be putting few Hex and Hearthstone guides, and actually going to play in Hearthstone tournament shortly in 2 weeks. So who knows, I might be making more card stuff and giving my knowledge over these titles, and more impression videos, maybe about SoulForge and other card games that I might be playing in the near future. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my channel, like, share, and comment on below what kind of stuff you want to see. Like, every feedback is valuable. This video was maybe a bit too long. I kind of repeated myself quite much, but you know, my apologies on that, and see you guys later on the next video.